Yep. So we're nailing down the exact venue. It'll be here in Vegas.
Gotcha.
Sweet. It's 15,000.
Cool.
Ready to make some money?
I don't like making decisions while emotional.
The man, the myth, the spook himself, Luke. It's fair to say that he's had a questionable reputation in the Rocket League community for a while, and I wanted to give a quick and precise account of that in today's video. But we're really talking about a guy who was a simple, friendly, and in all honesty your go-to guy for Rocket League improvement. But just like John Cena in the WWE, he had one of the nastiest heel turns that I've seen for Rocket League YouTuber. So how does one go from a friendly Rocket League coach to creating a sketchy $1 million business and threatening legal action against people on Reddit, to eventually becoming this kind of millionaire lifestyle guru? Well, allow me to explain. I think when we look at Rocket League, you see this endless mountain that you have to climb when it comes to improvement. So understandably, when people like Spook Luke come along and offer you this easy, idealistic path to improvement, you want to take it. But before Spook Luke became a Walmart Jake Paul, he began his YouTube journey as almost 99% of people do on this platform, in Minecraft, and a little after that, Fortnite. But we can skip past all the extra stuff he did and get onto the juice of it, Rocket League. Once free-to-play hit, well, that's where the real explosion came. We're talking tens of thousands of subs every month in 2020 and millions of views on his tutorials. And I have to admit, at the time, Spook Luke was a genuinely strong channel for new players looking to improve in Rocket League. So what does every self-respecting YouTuber who finds success with a certain format do? Well, they absolutely milk it to the maximum. Basically, it became obvious that there's really only so much you can do to package your content as groundbreaking improvement advice. So when YouTube Shorts came in, he also bombarded them with his get-rich-quick type of Rocket League tips, and always saying things in one-word sentences. Some of his unbelievably intellectual advice consisted of, don't dribble in front of your own goal. See, that's the kind of advice alone that gets you GC in Rocket League nowadays. In 2021, Luke eventually created the Grand Champ Bootcamp course, and even got guys like apparently Jack to promote this course.
I'm joining to help get the top performing players in here through GC. I'm here to help. I'm joining to help get.
But as with many bright stars, cracks eventually started to appear in the armor, such as when he started begging for free Twitch graphics to be made for him by his followers on Discord, or being exposed in 2021 for using a boosted account to prove that his coaching works, or even threatening people with legal action purely because of negative Reddit posts that they made about his new Grand Champ coaching program. So let's just say from then on, things spiral into a storm of controversy. When Spook Luke started his Grand Champ Bootcamp course, it was made to give you the notion that if you pay for the extortionate amounts for the coaching services, you will get the most elite level of Rocket League coaching possible. Now in late 2021, this course did get a lot of traction, but please keep in mind that it costed $1,600. Now if you paid that much just to get good at a video game, then I'm sorry, but you are the victim of your own stupidity. But that's besides the point. Now one of Spook Luke's members paid half of $1,600 in order to receive half the coaching, which was agreed to by both parties. Unfortunately for our victim, he told Spook Luke that he couldn't make the sessions, so in advance, he asked for a refund. Now legally, if you're paying for a service with your credit card but you never really receive it or you can't receive it, in most cases, you're eligible for a refund. Well guess what? Our poor victim never got their money back. And from then on, things really just kind of start to spiral into a shitstorm. You see, in his program, Luke promised people one-on-one coaching courses, personal advice, and pro-level coaching. What did people get instead? Just a bunch of pre-recorded videos streamed to them on Discord. This started to signal a very negative sign for the continuation of this course. All of a sudden, some of his employees for the program came forward saying that the working conditions are comparable to those from the 1920s due to how toxic Spook Luke was in some of his calls or DMs apparently. Seriously, some of these DMs aren't exactly flattering to look at. But things do get sketchier, as his whole program is following the business model of some guy named Richard Yu, who has been charged with insider trading by the US. This was actually gone in depth by the Speech, who made a video on this, which has now been privated after he privated most of his videos. And on Spook Luke's LinkedIn profile in 2022, Luke said that he wanted to expand this program into other games in the year of 2025. So I guess we are in 2025, so I'm actually waiting to see how this pans out. Basically, by early 2023, his persona is more aligned with Scrooge's than that of your friendly Rocket League coach. And now, another question. What does every self-respecting YouTuber do when they're involved in a messy controversy? Damage control. The damage control in question for Spook Luke was an hour-long video from the heart, released in February of 2024, which is now unlisted. In essence, it was just a bunch of nothing. It didn't really worsen his image much more, but to summarize it, it was a whole lot of nothing with the occasional guilt trip thrown around here and there. Allegedly, by his own estimation, his business model had made at least $1 million by 2024.
We just crossed like the $1 million a year mark. We're at the 7-figure run rate, which
That is complete insanity. However, our man Luke began changing his persona during the time of his controversies, and this is where his Jake Paul knockoff arc really starts to kick into gear. Now, after 2023, Luke had already started, let's just say, changing. Of course, I don't want to bring anyone down for trying to improve, so good on him for that part of himself. However, when a YouTuber hits the heights of popularity, let's just say their balls start to drop, and they tend to slightly change personality. Nothing wrong with that, although it comes with this weird narcissism which you kind of take upon yourself to show off to everyone. Like, I don't mind people showing their successes off, but exaggerating and flat out lying out of your backside about the scale of what you do is absurd. Thankfully, this channel didn't really last long, but I'm sure you get the gist of it already. Believe me, I also didn't expect to see Spook Luke alpha male core content before GTA 6. To really give you an idea of his slightly updated persona, I think he wants you to think of him as an uber successful 20-something-year-old who definitely makes $4,600 a day. And call me conservative because I doubt that number is even remotely credible. In my eyes, his courses nowadays aren't terrible in terms of quality, but you will definitely find people on Fiverr for a quarter of the price who will be of more help. Look, I think the whole nature of selling hyper expensive Rocket League courses seems completely disingenuous and downright stupid when there's so many free coaches and helpful tutorials out there by people simply sharing their knowledge. Even if you want to pay for a course for whatever reason, you could find people for $10 who are willing to help you with whatever area it is you want to improve in your game. Overall, I don't dislike the guy personally, more so I dislike the sketchy persona that he's built off his dishonest practices and questionable courses, which ended up being part of the major coaching scandal. Obviously, after all this drama around his name, his views have understandably gone down a bit, although at the same time, I feel like that's also because there's really only so much you can even talk about when it comes to giving Rocket League tips to players in Platinum. To be honest, if I were Luke, I would at least try to give him a more sincere apology when he had the chance to, rather than not take full responsibility for how things went down in the past years. Obviously, I will never wish hate on anyone, neither am I personally attacking the guy, more so attacking the internet persona. But I have some exciting news, because I think we may have found the candidate to replace Spook Luke, and that is Dice RL. This guy is pretty much the knockoff version of Spook Luke, has a similar style of editing, similar style of thumbnails, kind of a repetitive tips and repetitive advice. So in my opinion, if you do want another Spook Luke, we have him right here at home. And I think that pretty much covers all that I've been wanting to say today. With this type of video, I really tried condensing it because I feel like if I hadn't condensed it, it would have just dragged on for at least 15 minutes because of how big the pieces of information were and how much I had to try track down different things. So we'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day or night, wherever you are, and I'll see you next time.